This is a Flat Cab Cafe Racer, and I'm on board the Tiger 900 with my wife Linda. Say hello, Linda.
Hello.
All right, we're just outside the city of Loman, small community of Loman, on our way to well, on a first stop here is going to be Stanley. We're going to get some breakfast, then we're going to go up to Salmon. Salmon, is that right, Linda?
Salmon.
Salmon. I knew I'd get it right eventually. A little hazy today riding because all the smoke and fires. In fact, there's a fairly large size fire outside of Stanley, isn't there, Linda?
Yes.
I think what was it, 130,000 acres or something like that. It's a pretty big fire. And we're also getting fires from Oregon and Washington and possibly California. I don't know. Last I heard it wasn't, but we're on a couple-day trip here, 2 or 3 days. Remember the first trip we took on a motorcycle?
I'm not sure.
Huh?
I don't think so.
You remember riding down to Memphis on that 77?
Went to Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville. On that Yamaha?
Yep.
At a 77 Yamaha 750 XS. I think we took a trip over to Branson and Silver Dollar City on that also. A lot of people like that motorcycle. I never did care for it that much. That's the one my brother kind of destroyed a couple times. He borrowed it one time and he brought it back. It sounded like somebody with a sledgehammer was inside trying to get out. He ran it without oil in it. Then one time he took it, rode it. Somehow he was able to run it into the Mississippi River while it was running, and it bent two of the 3 rods, one of them this way and one of them the other way, because water doesn't compress too well. But he paid for it, didn't he, Linda?
Did.
As you can see, the roads are mostly empty. Even on the weekends, there's a little bit more traffic, but you'd have to say that the roads are pretty clear and still pretty good shape. I love it because most of the roads on the perimeter of Idaho run right beside the rivers and gives a good view. There aren't a lot of gas stations in some parts of Idaho, so it's good that you have a nice range. Like with a Tiger, you know, I can go 250 miles pretty easy, and but most of the time it'd be a good idea to have a 150-mile range anyway. Pretty nice over there to the right. We got into Salmon a little bit later that afternoon, checked in and walked around, what we usually do when we get to towns a little early. We also went to 2 movies the 2 nights we were there, in a very small little theaters, 1-person theater type deal. He was the popcorn maker, ticket seller, and projectionist, I think. And he's also the town historian. And he gave us a lot of good tips on the town, and his family went back, I don't know, I think he said back to the 1870s in that small area in town, which doesn't maybe long for Europeans, but that's pretty ancient as far as America goes. I've started sending out some of my channel stickers that my niece designed. I'll put a link to her website in the comments section. But just start sending those out. I have about 50, so I do need to get your address before I can send it out. This is out day 2. We're just out from Mount Salmon and heading towards, sort of towards Missoula, I guess, but we're not going that far. We're just out for a little day ride today. We got a little bit better weather today. Well, it could be better, it could be worse. We yesterday it was went down as much as to 60 degrees. And it got up to about 84. Today we already started at about 78, so it's probably going to get a lot warmer. We ran into a little bit of rain yesterday, and it's been a long time since I put a rain suit on, so I almost forgot how to put a rain suit on. Linda did a little bit better job than I did, and I think she had hers on first. But there was quite a few motorcycles out. I saw a lot of two Pan Americans, which is kind of unusual. That's the first time I've ever seen one out on the road, and I saw 2 yesterday. They were riding in a group with a couple more Harley guys. For people from a different country like Europe or in Europe, we're riding up the kind of the, wouldn't you say, the eastern edge of Idaho, Linda? Yeah, kind of, you know where Yellowstone is, we're kind of west of that, maybe a little bit south now still. This is a pretty nice downhill from where we were just stopped. I don't see as much tar snakes, so that's good. We'll use, if we got 2 lanes, we'll use 2 lanes. Got a little wind coming off the mountain, also wind gust. I was doing a road kind of like this, and when we took on that BMW motorcycle tour, and that one day that we were riding without the ladies, and about 5 of us went out riding. We were riding in the Dolomites, and we're going pretty good, and there's I think 5 or 6 of us, and Werner Wagner was he's the head of Edelweiss. Werner passed away a couple of years ago. Very good rider. He was riding an R80 GS at the time. I think I was on a BMW R11 RT. It's a new bike at the time. And we took off. We were riding at a pretty good pace. He wanted to do a pretty good pace in the Dolomites. because it's such nice. Well, I was behind him, and pretty soon it was just me and him and one other guy. So he went back to look for the other guy and told me to go on. So I went on and I turned up the pace a little bit more, and pretty soon I didn't see the other guy. So I turned around, went down back down. We were going up. I went back down the mountain, and this guy was he was on the GS. He's sitting on the edge over there. There wasn't a guardrail. He come within about 6 inches of going off the edge. So we decided to slow down for the rest of the day. I think that was the one where Foodsie was making us spaghetti up there. Remember when we stopped? They would fix meals. They'd bring a little truck or something along and park it like a little rest area or something, and we stop. And I think we had 2 or 3 lunches during that trip, just out in the, alpine meadows and stuff. Really nice. It turned out that the trip turned out really, really good. This is the first overnight trip Linda and I have had together for a couple years, and going up to Salmon was a nice trip. The roads were good. The scenery was beautiful, and don't regret doing that trip at all. We did get a little noob biker weather here. As you can see, we did get a little sprinkles, but not the rain that Noob seems to attract wherever he rides. This is a Flat Cap Cafe Racer. Please like, subscribe, and comment.